This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And attack and dominate we will. It's Morning Juice. I'm Tito. Bobby Carpenter to my left. Across the fake glass.
Your Highness.
Your Highness. Bobby, we are so loaded today. We are loaded.
I mean, usually when I would say that in high school, that meant
Yes.
that was a bad thing.
Yes. We are locked and loaded. Can we say that?
Sounds good.
Lee Sterling's going to join us here in the next segment for Paramount Sports.
Ooh.
He's the co-host of Locked on Bets as well. Albert Breer will join us today. Well done by you, Bob.
Were you ever on with Lee Sterling?
Yes, a few
Before?
times last year I was. Yes, I was. He's great. I love it. Your Highness will join us around 7:20. And then
More betting advice.
Yes, we'll close out with AJ Hawk.
I mean, we might as well just give him the piggy bank today.
We should just do that. You're right. It's tonight. High school football starts tonight, Bob. It's in the air. It felt good this morning to get up and get outside. It's low 60s to start the morning here. Feels good. Has your son had a football game yet or not?
No, they start this weekend.
Did Schlakes have one last week? I'm saying Schlakes have one for his middle school.
No, they start this week.
Okay, it's all this week.
They
Okay.
all start this week. High school is Schlakes maybe had one last night.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
one for
Wednesday
yeah.
night.
Might have been, yeah.
But this is the week. High school
Yeah.
football starts tonight.
Yep.
Actually, I think there was some games last night.
There were a couple. I think I saw Sanders was at a game up in Cleveland somewhere.
Dion?
Shador was up there.
Shador?
I think Shador was up there. But tomorrow we got our first 4 college football games. We are a mere 8 days to Ohio State, Texas, 13 days until the start of the NFL. Bobby can't wait till I can't stop say that anymore because we'll be there.
Can't stop, won't stop?
Yes. Reds in Arizona tonight at 9:40. Reds are a mere half game out of that third wild card spot right now. Guards in Texas at 8:05. Steelers beat Carolina last night 19-10, but Derek Harmon was carted off with a knee injury. I'm not sure which carted off it is, if it's serious or not, but they said it's like they're
Paul
evaluating
Pierce?
him. I don't know. I don't think it's. Go ahead, Bodie. Say it. Where's the knee?
Yeah, bruise on the leg.
Yeah. Giants beat New England 42-10. We got a quadrant of games tonight. Phillies at the Jets, Atlanta at Dallas, Minnesota at Tennessee, Chicago and Kansas City. So it is the final preseason game for those teams right there. We are here, Bobby. It is here. Football season is upon us.
Yeah, we're going to be out at, what'd you say, Bishop Watterson?
Watterson, yes.
At ODU, Ohio Dominican.
Yes, it is. The Fan High School football game of the week.
Big Nut.
Is back this Friday to kick off the season with Big Walnut taking on Bishop Watterson. Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7. After the game is Byers Dublin Subaru Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. High school football is back on the Fan. I've got a Big Walnut story to tell, but I don't know if I should tell
Big
it.
Nut. Go ahead, tell it.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? That's what we do. Didn't you heard the promo? Great storytelling.
It really is.
So don't tell an average story. Tell a great one.
Very good friend of mine. And he had this girl that he was.
That's where the lie begins.
There we go. No, it's true. Dated.
But we all know you don't have great friends.
Dated in high school.
Casual acquaintances.
Dated through college. On and off. Mostly on. She went to Ohio State. He went to Otterbein. They graduated college at the same time.
I love how you said they dated through college on and off, mostly on, as if that's
Yes.
pertinent to the story.
It actually is. It actually is when you hear this. And so they have a joint college graduation party.
I thought you were going to say joint child.
No, joint college graduation party. And so we're there at the party, having a good time and everything. My buddy says to me, "Hey, I gotta get out of here." I'm like, "You're one of the guests of honor. What do you mean?" He said, "I got another graduation party to go to." And I said, "Oh, who is it?" And he said, "Oh, it's this girl I've been kind of seeing." I said, "Oh, she go to Otterbein too?" He said, "No." I said, "Ohio State?" He said, "No." I said, "Where'd you graduate from?" He said, "Big Walnut."
I like it.
So that's my Big
Good
Walnut
for
story.
him.
That's my Big Walnut story there.
Good for him.
That's
You
where
pick her up
that's
to
where-
go take her to get some ice cream afterwards.
I'm just saying that was the story, Bob. Okay. Now that I made you dumber, your turn, Bob. Make us smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, take it away, General.
I didn't feel the enthusiasm with that.
Oh, take it away, General. Let's do it. Hit.
I don't need yelling.
Well, I don't.
I just need positivity.
I cannot wait to hear Today in History because I don't know what's going to be out there.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about August 22nd, 234th day of the year, 131 days remaining. We are 1 month away from being into double digits. Once you get to double digits, it's all running downhill, buddy. Yep. We met past Coaster Bob a long, long time ago, and I can still remember how the music made me cry. But I knew if I had my chance, I'd tell you about August 22nd. This date, 1902, the Cadillac Motor Company is founded. Same day, Teddy Roosevelt becomes the first president to make a public appearance in an automobile. How about that? You never thought you'd see that? Do you know what number president Teddy Roosevelt was?
19.
That's not even close to
pretty far off. I believe
Lincoln was 16, and he was 40 years before
Lincoln was
that.
13. I thought we already established that.
I believe Teddy was 26, right?
Sounds good. I don't know for sure.
Was he? It was either McKinley.
It could be 19.
Was McKinley 25, and then Teddy 26?
You know what? I think you might be right.
Ball shark.
Teddy Roosevelt, 26 president. You were one off. Good job, Oates.
I said 26.
Oh, you did say 20.
Yeah,
you
I said
said
McKinley
was 25. That's right.
Not 19.
Not 19. I had
Not
7.
19.
Just needed a score.
Right. One touchdown.
One drive away.
Was it McKinley that was 25 and 23?
No, that was Grover Cleveland was 22
Alexander.
and 4.
There you go. This date, 1959. You ever heard of Frank Robinson? Thitoff?
He was the first player to win MVP awards in both leads.
That's very
Won the
accurate.
Triple Crown for Baltimore.
Yep.
And the Reds traded him to Baltimore for a pitcher named Milt Pappas, who was a bum. Yes.
Why'd they trade him?
I'm not going to do this today. I have my reasons why I think they traded him.
Think they're racist?
I'm not saying they were racist. I think
Not
they were.
saying they weren't, though.
But they attack you with the South.
I think they might
The
have been
North.
racy.
Okay. But on this day, 1959, Frank Robinson with the Reds hit 3 consecutive home runs.
First black manager
Yep.
in American League history. First black manager in National League history.
And first guy to win MVP in both.
He was a player manager for the when he managed the Indians. He was a player manager at first, and then went on over there to the Giants actually and managed them.
There you go. How about that? This date, 1964. Where Did Our Love Go by the Supremes hits number 1.
Deep inside, and it hurts so bad. You came and
Can't help myself. I love the Supremes. Parcells used to listen to them all the time. It was always a real
did?
joy. Oh, yeah. He used to listen to the Supremes. Then he'd listen to Gladys Knight and the Pips.
And the Pips, not the Pimps.
No, there's no M in there, unfortunately. Just the Pips. Yeah, he'd listen to them together. It was tremendous. He'd be working out on the elliptical. You'd come in there. You have this full fleece outfit on. Trying to get a good sweat going.
Yeah.
He liked to picture his baby Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt. Because that way he was saying, I'm formal, but I still like to party.
Here to party.
This date, 1964. Alvin and the Chipmunks. I didn't think you were going to get that reference today. Covered the Beatles album and sell 25,000 albums per day. Did you ever, I mean, Bodie, you probably seen some of the new Chipmunk stuff, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I remember there was a movie that came out when I was a kid that I saw. Probably, I don't know, 05, 06 range, give or take. That was mostly it, though.
Okay, I'd say they used to have some bangers back in the day. It was pretty good. This date, 1966. The album Revolver by the Beatles is certified gold.
And we live beneath the waves in our yellow submarine.
Submarine.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
What a weird freaking song.
Not top 5.
Not top 5. It might be, I don't say bottom 5 because they made some weird songs, but it's definitely bottom half. Let's put it that way.
People ever call you that?
Don't, Bobby. You know what? Bob, it's one of those things where it's barely after 6 in the morning, and as I'm saying it, I know exactly what you're going to say.
All right.
And I knew you were going to say it, and I still could not stop my mouth from running, which is one of my weaknesses or strengths.
Hey, you know
Damn
what?
it, Dwight. That's my joke.
Exactly. That was when he was knocked out. No. He looks over the camera, pulls the gym. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Rainn Wilson is really good. After watching him as like a normal person and through podcasts, he's a very good actor. It was very funny.
I can't watch him in any other role.
Of course not.
You know, he's like, I can watch
Krasinski.
Michael Scott,
John
Steve Carell.
Krasinski.
Yeah. I cannot watch him. And I saw Pam in the one movie, Hall Pass.
Oh, yeah. She plays a different
A
character.
largemouth bass.
It's a different character there.
It's one of Rothman's favorites.
I also have a CPAP.
Of course you do.
Yes.
I think that would be the favorite in the betting clubhouse. Don't worry.
You think that's probably off the board, right?
Yeah. No, they give it to you, but it's going to be like
Yeah, late quite a bit.
probably 1 to 3,
Yeah,
1 to 2.
That's fair.
1970, "Make It With You" by Bread hits number 1.
And if you're wondering what this song is leading to, I want to make it with you.
We're talking about making beds, Bodie.
Bread, underrated. They also did
Really?
the If song. If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? I think that was Bread also.
Okay.
If, great song.
You a Bread fan?
Gluten-free, but yeah.
You look like a gluten-free guy.
That's the first thing you thought when you saw me.
100%. This guy's
Yeah,
gluten-free.
there's no way this guy's gluten-free.
Because most of the people I always see that are gluten-free usually are not in great shape.
See, exactly. That's
It's like
me,
saying they want a Diet Coke.
I want the Big
small
Mac.
fry.
I want a Big Mac, a large fry, a Diet Coke.
Supersize it, sure, but make it a Diet Coke.
Make me a Diet Coke.
Make it a
Yes.
diet.
Come on, man. Health conscious.
This date, 1989, Nolan Ryan strikes out or has his 5,000th strikeout. 5,000. You know how many people have that in Major League Baseball history? Thitoff?
5,000?
Yeah.
I think it's probably one.
I think it's just one.
One of
yeah.
one. Do you know who struck out for his 5,000th?
What was the year?
1989.
You know what? I should know this, Bob.
This man has probably a record of his own, right? Stolen bases.
It was Henderson, huh? Ricky.
At 8:51 p.m. Texas time, Nolan Ryan gets number 5,000. And Sierra misjudged that ball, hit by Lansford into short right center field. So Carney is on with a base hit as we resume action here with 1 out. Ricky Henderson will be in the record books as strikeout number 5,000.
I mean, you think of all the things that Ricky Henderson is known for.
Right.
Getting the 5,000 strikeout by Nolan Ryan. In fact, it was on one Hall of Famer to another is pretty darn remarkable.
Yeah.
You have 9 hitters in a lineup, for heaven's sake.
Right.
Let alone playing a game with a guy like that.
Ricky was the best quote. Some of the stuff he used to do.
Better than Yogi?
Yes, because Ricky would always talk in third person.
Of course.
And when somebody was talking,
Herschel Walker did a little bit of that.
Yeah, he did.
somebody was talking in the clubhouse about the people with the John 3:16 signs at games, And he hears John 3:16. A couple of guys talking about it. And he says, 3:16? Shoot. Ricky hit 3:30.
That's amazing. This day, 2004. These Words by Natasha Bedingfield hits number 1 in the UK.
These words are my own, got my heart felt. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. There's no other way.
Never heard this one. Never heard that before.
Not as big here. It was good, but
Yeah.
not near Unwritten is her big banger, if you will. And then on this day, 2007, the Texas Rangers defeat the Baltimore Orioles
30-3.
30-3. Most runs scored by a single team in the modern era.
Right field and deep. And it's gone. A 3-run home run for Vasquez. Texas has put 30 runs on the board. 30 runs. His second 3-run home run in this game.
That's pretty gross. I remember that game when the score was coming out. I was thinking, they're throwing anybody in there as a pitcher.
Right.
If I got a jersey in the stands, they would put me up there to catch the ball.
You're signed.
Your Highness. Some birthdays today. Stormin Norman Schwarzkopf, born on this date in 1934, and born in 1939, still alive with us, turning 86, the 18-time All-Star. The MVP in 1967, the same year he won a Triple Crown, a left fielder and a first baseman, Carl Yastrzemski.
If there's any message I can leave on this great day of tradition and honor, let it be this, that the race doesn't always belong to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. It belongs rather to those who run the race, who stayed the course, and who fought the good fight. To those members before me, may you always wear the mantle of your membership with pride. To those of you who are to come after me, may you too enjoy the spirit of tradition and accomplishment that is ours today. You should, for you, like every baseball player who ever wore the uniform, are the game. That's why I'm so proud today to have played a role, however small, in a game which is America's pastime, and a game which has been a big part of my life. Thank you very much.
Does Hall of Fame induction, Bodie?
Yep.
Yes.
There we go. One of the greats.
It went from Ted Williams to Yaz to Jim Rice.
Nobody has done it better.
Nope.
Probably since Lincoln.
13.
Exactly. Bill McCartney, the national championship coach with Colorado in 1990, born on this day in 1940, passed away earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. Bill Parcells, the two-time Super Bowl champ, turning 84 years young today.
What the are you doing? Stand 10 yards in the backfield.
Considered one of the best coaches in NFL history, our number 7 mic'd up guy of all time wasn't shy in letting his players know how he felt about them.
To get your fat ass off. Shut up, Sims. Now don't be a damn no-flash player. Now, Jumbo, I don't want you to get nervous because that's not Michigan State down there. That's Philadelphia, okay, kid?
He's all right, but he's not in top form. He'll be able to play, but he's not in top form, that's all.
Well, he don't have to play, Doc. All he's got to do is kick. I hate these drills. I hate drills. Walkthroughs. That's all we have now. We used to come out and practice football. That's right.
Everything's scripted.
Yeah, oh yeah. If we didn't have a script, we couldn't coach.
Parcells' coaching resulted in 2 Super Bowl rings, but it was his stern demeanor that made him the number 7 mic'd up guy of all time.
You're not sick tonight, are you? Good. Your tongue's going to be hanging out. Tell him to throw up on his own time. Some of these guys got to get their head out of their ass around here.
Will you text him?
Jimmy Johnson really liked Bill Parcells.
I can see why.
Tell him to throw up on his own. I don't need him to. I don't need him to play, Doc. Just kick.
Will you text him on his birthday?
Today I need to tell my dad to probably call him. My dad was much closer with him than I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I played with him for a year.
Right.
My dad was with him when he was an assistant and then became the head coach. They used to go back and forth all the time when he was an assistant coach, just battling and everything. Like, you know, the Jumbo Elliott. Jumbo played at Michigan. Started playing in Philadelphia. That's not Michigan State down there. I mean, he used to always say, like, hey, Bob, you don't get to play Indiana. Right? There's no homecoming games in the NFL. I mean, it was pretty good. He knew how to juice people up. The best Bill Parcells story is we're playing. Just one of the good ones. I'm playing here. We're playing Seattle in that playoff game, the one that Tony drops the snap. Bodie probably remembers that from being a wee lad.
I remember. Yep.
So we're literally there at the tunnel. We started the preseason. It was our first preseason game there. So I literally bookended my rookie year with a preseason game there and our final postseason game there.
Right.
We're sitting in the tunnel. Linebackers would always go out last with like offensive linemen, D linemen. The receivers are throwing, specialists are doing this, running backs are out there, DBs are doing whatever. Well, we bring everybody back. Or no, it was before we were running out for that. And Bill is standing there right beside me. And we're in the tunnel and we got like 30 seconds left till we go out. And he looks over at me and he was like, he goes, your dad used to play big in games like this. I remember looking at him and then I looked back forward, and then I looked back real quickly to say something, and he had already just walked away. And I was like, that was Bill though. He was gonna find a way to get underneath you,
right,
and just let him marinate a little bit.
Yeah. That always kind of blows my mind that he coached both you and your dad.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen very often at
No.
the NFL level, where you get a chance to be a head coach.
It doesn't happen very often at any level.
Right, but especially at the NFL with the head coach of the NFL, you don't see that very often. I don't know how many times it's happened. Bodie looked up in the break. But
Andy Reid is probably another guy that has
Reid maybe
chance,
right?
Just because you've got to coach for 30 years to do it. I mean, you've got to be generational, and then hope that somebody has kids good enough that are able to play.
Right.
And it's not like college where you can just get them; you've got to acquire them.
You have to either
use draft capital or
trade
sign them
yeah.
or trade. It's a lot. In college, it's okay, I can just sign them.
Right.
But it's a lot more difficult, obviously, in the NFL. Turning 58 today. It's amazing he's this old. One of the stars of Modern Family. You a fan of Modern Family, Thitoff?
I've seen clips of it.
Of course you have. You're the clip master.
Yes.
Turning 58, Ty Burrell, a.k.a. Phil the Thrill.
I know a fun place. Tonight, you, me, and Frank out on the town.
Oh, fun, a three-way.
I already regret this.
2 things I bring to every open house, my lucky pen and a smile. I haven't sold a house all month. You see me saying, I'm done. Never. Because there is no done in Dunphy.
Well, that Brian sure is a cutie, huh?
I'd kill to have those lips. I mean, on me. I want his lips on my mouth.
Why are there giant lollipops all over the front yard? And why do they taste so bad? Because they're made out of cardboard, mouth breather.
Hey, the world needs more dreamers, Luke. Never stop licking things.
Disgusting. What are you wearing?
What? What's wrong with it?
Honey, you are fighting for your future in front of a disciplinary committee, not entertaining the Secret Service.
In Legally Blonde, Elle won her case because she was true to herself and dressed cute.
Haley, this is real life, not an excellent movie.
That's not an excellent movie. That's amazing. It's really good.
Is it still on the air?
No, it's
just
been
went
off
a few years ago.
No, it's been off for probably 10.
Oh, I don't
10
think
years?
so. 10 years.
What year is it?
I've got to lay off the
2025?
peyote.
I bet it's been off since 2018.
I don't know.
Come on, Bodie.
Pull it up.
The chatters will tell us if they get. We'll see who wins this race. The
The
chatters.
show was on forever.
The chatters are Bodie. Who's
It
going to win this
was.
race?
11C. Let's see here. Probably going to take me a second.
Come on, chatters.
It's all right. You figure that out. Randall Cobb turning 35 today as well.
2020.
Oh, okay, so right during COVID. But it's been 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Mav. Turning 35 as well today, the 2-time Pro Bowler, Adam Thielen.
Tito throws it, flag, pass caught by Thielen. Oh my God! Up for grabs, and Thielen with a catch of a yard holding penalty. They're going to get this completion. It looks like. How good is this guy? Unbelievable. Cousins pressure, hit as he throws, going for Thielen. He's got it. Waiting for a single touchdown. Oh my!
Here comes the blitz, and Cousins gets it away into double coverage, and racing for it and somehow making the catch is Adam Thielen. Wow.
Here, Alexander, this is perfect coverage. Perfect. How do they get that in there?
How'd they get that in there?
I've asked that question many times.
That would have been a great opportunity for Al to say that's what she said. Don't think he probably landed the plane on that one. And then turning 25 today, the 4-time Pro Bowler, one of the highest paid defensive players in the NFL, Mr. Max Crosby.
My own standard is way higher than anybody else's, the media, the coaches, the critics. So for me, every time I step on the field, I feel like I'm the best player on the field every time.
Best on the planet, baby. Best on the planet.
Here's Taylor thrown down to the ground. Crosby makes that play.
I seen my key. I knew the tackle was going down. I seen the tight end was off, so I knew he was coming.
Well, they think Tucker Kraft can come across and make a play on him, but he's not able to.
Typically, guys can't make that play from the backside, but, that's a play I love because I'd take off 100 miles an hour and try to make that play every single time.
Take off 100 miles an hour. How about that?
Yep.
You don't sound very excited.
No, Bobby, I am excited. I'm excited. I am. I
need a little more energy. I need a little more energy from you, Thitoff.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right.
When we needed you the most, Tito.
You got to give us your best.
Yep.
Give us your best. Some holidays observances today. It's Be an Angel Day. Eat a Peach Day. National Bad Day. National Pecan Tort Day. National Take Your Cat to the Vet Day. Let your sister know. All right. Good thing she's back, or else she would have been back. All right. Tooth Fairy Day. Never Been Better Day. And World Plant Milk Day. How about that?
Plant milk?
Yeah, if you don't like your milk from cows, get it from plants. Although I don't know any plant. I got nipples, Fox. Can you milk me?
I know. I've never seen udders on a plant.
I don't think there's any teeth. You can milk anything with nipples.
I don't think
I've never seen a nipple on a all mammals, but I've never seen one on a plant.
Never seen one on a fern?
Geppetto.
Almond.
An almond?
How do you get the milk out of an almond?
I have no idea.
It's a great question.
You got to coax it out.
Lure it?
No, don't see down. That's not what I meant, Bobby.
I'm just curious. But those, your Still Girl events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Friday, August 22nd, the 234th day of the year. $1.31 remaining in this 2025.
Well done as always, General.
Thank you, sir. And do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area. They're going to help you reach your goals. So whether it's an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, it's football season and a great time to catch up with our good friend Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hugs from patients like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie. We are now joined by our good friend, Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports, and co-host of Locked On Bets. Bobby, I don't know if you know this or not. Lee Sterling is not the most famous person in his family. Did you know that?
I did not. Who's the most famous? The Silver?
His daughter is a fantastic singer. Right, Lee? Let's brag on it a little bit. She does some national anthems. She also does some stuff.
Where did you find this out, Thitoff?
Dude, I research the guests. I go, look, I pay next level. Like, you've got like little search engines you can do and stuff. I go next level for like the inside scoop.
The dark web is what you're talking
it's not called
about.
the dark web. No, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
No, I found Lee Sterling's daughter's information on the white web, the light web. There we go. Tell us about it.
Tito is correct. So my youngest daughter is an actress in New York City. She's already had a couple off-Broadway leads, coming close to getting maybe a national tour lead and maybe being on Broadway. Actually, she'll be on a couple episodes this fall in a TV show with that a lot of people will watch. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. But what's interesting is I got her into singing national anthems. We saw a small kid singing a national anthem once, and I said, you can do that. So she is sang national anthems for every major sport, and last couple years was flown in to sing for the Chicago Bears. And she'll sing again this year for them, and has already sang the Orange Bowl game and might be singing the quarterfinal game for the Orange Bowl this year. So,
how about that? That is awesome.
Who knows? Who knows? You guys might be coming down and seeing her in person. You never know.
Or we might have her as a guest. But anyway, Lee, the football season starting up tomorrow now, and I'm curious, how much does the start of football, how much does that increase your business? How crazy busy it might be? Like, is it a big jump when you go from? Cause I can't believe baseball is nearly as popular as football as far as betting goes. But I know you do all kinds of different things. But I got to believe it. Like, it's a huge switch to flip.
It's like going, from piddling around in a golf cart during the summer to going into F1 for about 4.5 months. So it's literally, I go from working 30 hours a week to working 85, 90 hours a week. So, but when it's a labor of love, like Bobby and I, we played the game. Bobby at a little higher level than I did, but when you love it, you don't mind working hard like that.
So good, Bobby. We got a game in Dublin this weekend, starting tomorrow, with the Iowa State-Kansas game. Farmageddon. A couple of ranked teams playing. What is your play in that game, or what's your thoughts on that game?
What's interesting is I think everyone expected Iowa State to be the favorite. They went 11-3 last year, Kansas State 9-4. So you're like, why is Kansas State the favorite? Iowa State has also beaten them 4 of the last 5 times and covered all 5 games. They had near identical schedules last year. Iowa State 34th and Kansas State 38th. But what was interesting when I started studying this game is the Wildcats were better in almost every metric except for record. Example, Kansas State outgained opponents by over 83 yards a game, and Iowa State just 62. So why did Iowa State go 11-3 and Kansas State 9-4? Mainly, Iowa State was +9 in turnover ratio, and Kansas State was uncharacteristically -1 after going the 2 previous seasons at +11 and +12. I think the difference in this game is going to be Avery Johnson, the quarterback for Kansas State, his dual threat capabilities. Also, Iowa State, usually when you're 11-3, you got, like 35, 40, 45 sacks. Not the case. Only 16 sacks, while Kansas State had 35. They're better at creating havoc here. And I think Iowa State's going to miss those 2 wide receivers that they had that got drafted in the 2nd and 3rd round by the Houston Texans, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. They combined for 167 catches and 17 touchdowns. I think the right team is favored. I think Kansas State wins this game 27-20.
All right, Lee, we start looking at the Big Ten as a whole. We got any futures in there, any overvalues, any undervalues? Kind of what do you like for the Big Ten at large?
So on paper, it looks like Penn State has the best talent. I'm just not one of these guys. I'm not a Drew Allard believer. I just think he's one of these guys. I went against one of these guys every single year, kid that played for Westminster Christian, if you remember the name of the high school. It was A-Rod's high school, and the kid was like 6'4", a lefty, threw the ball. This is in the early 80s. He threw the ball like 91, 92, and played football, quarterback, but couldn't win the big game. I mean, he just has not shown up yet. So I think that they're going to get in the college football playoff. I just don't think that they're going to win it all. Then you have Ohio State, obviously. They're probably not going to have, over 50 sacks like last year, hold opponents to 2.5 yards per carry. But they're probably going to have to blitz a little bit more with Matt Patricia. And I don't think he's afraid to do that. But the key is also, don't allow as many big plays. So I think that they'll still be right there. It's just going to maybe take a couple games. You wish you had the luxury of not playing Texas right off the bat. But that we'll talk more about that game next week. But that's going to be a whale of a game. I'm not an Oregon believer with a new quarterback. I'm going to give you a team that's going to win 8-9 games and shock a lot of people. It's going to be Nebraska. I think they're right on the cusp. I think they finally have a good offensive coordinator. I think their head coach is good. They have a quarterback. Defense is going to be good enough. They're not getting in the playoff, but they're going to go over the win total of 6.5. I think they're going to win 8 games. And then maybe my shocker team is going to be University of Washington. DeMond Williams, this quarterback is dynamic. And, they've got some tough games. They play you guys at home. If he wins one of those games early, they're going to be talking about this kid. They're not getting in the playoffs either, but they're going to win, I think, 8 games also. So it's going to be a fun season, except for maybe the bottom feeders, the bottom 4 teams, UCLA, Northwestern, Maryland, and Purdue. I think almost anyone can beat anyone this year. So I still think Penn State will probably win the conference, but to win the national title, I wouldn't bet them.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on James Franklin Drew Aller either. That's a good call by you, Lee.
True.
At Paramount Sports, where you can find him on Twitter. He is the president of Paramount Sports, Locked On Bets co-host, and he's going to join us every Friday during the football season. We can't wait. And, we got the little appetizer this weekend. Really, it's going next week, so we'll make sure we check in with you on Friday and get your thoughts on Ohio State, Texas, and the rest of the slate for Week 1.
Sounds good, guys. Like I said, if they want to check out the site, we actually have a UFC card going from China at 3 a.m. in the morning. So they want to check it out. 3 selections, $33. Use coupon code SAVE30, just $3. You want to try us out and check out all the football specials and videos, ParamountSports.com.
Thanks so much, Lee. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That was Lee Sterling, president of Paramount Sports, Inc. at Paramount Sports. Go check it out. And like I say, he knows his stuff. This guy's he knows his stuff. So well worth the investment. Coming up, Albert Breer from MMQB joins us next. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Central Ohio is home to a lot of sporting events that bring in millions of dollars of economic impact to our town. These events are huge for the city, providing revenue for local businesses, job creation, infrastructure development, and many other benefits. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses prosper year-round.
Thanks, Bobby. We truly value our local businesses and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners. Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job.
Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs.
Right on the target, Travis. We understand the business climate in Central Ohio, and we will help you reach your goals.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them, safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit OutdoorStewards.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right. Bobby, Tito, Bodie, soon to have us here. Albert Breer as well. Think you know sports trivia. Here's your shot to score tickets to Ohio State, Texas. It's the season kickoff trivia tournament, Friday, August 29th, the O1 Lane. We'll get this right, Bob. Bring the heat, bring your A game, bring a teammate. Sign up your two-person team right now at 971thefan.com. The season kickoff trivia tournament is sponsored by Logan Services. That'll be a lot of fun out there next week. I will be hosting.
If you want some passes, jump in the YouTube chat. You can email me, jwells@tegna.com.
Look at this.
TEGNA. Tweet us. We got a handful of passes to give away. I said something about it yesterday, and some people jumped in the chat, and then I told them to email me, and they never followed up. So,
yes.
You do want passes. We got a handful to give away through next week.
They want to contact you in other ways.
Let me tell you what Bodie's...
Also, here's my social security number.
Right, he's got that too.
But no, seriously, if anybody wants some passes, jump in the chat, tweet us, email me, jwells@tegna.com. We still got a handful to give away.
I'll meet you with some wine coolers and
we
passes.
can meet up and hang out.
At That Happens on Twitter if you want to reach out to me outside
If you want
this.
face-to-face.
If you want to talk, I'm here for you. Anyway, that's great having Lee on. Lee's going to be great all football season long. He's always been a great guest on Morning Juice for years now. Bob, how much football will you consume tomorrow?
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll watch Farmageddon.
Okay.
I'm going to be out at Lucky's in Hilliard.
I saw that. You got a big event going out there.
Big thing for the Buckeye Cruise.
Yes.
Yeah. So do some of that. The game will be playing. They got like 1 billion TVs inside. So, yeah. I'm trying not to undersell it, buddy. Yeah. You got a lot. Like, there's no walls. It's just TVs.
Nothing but TVs.
I think actually it's built on TVs.
Yeah, like Schlegels will be out there with you?
Yeah, Schlegels is going to be out there with me.
I think DeVere's out there.
Sure.
I saw like a little thing, a little ad on that popped up on Facebook about that. But, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Kid-friendly?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Tito had to ask that.
No, don't. No, wait, don't. We're not doing this today. No.
Little kid lover.
No, don't. He's Albert Breer, MMQB, joining us now. Let's play the game. Where in the hell is Albert Breer? Where are you today, Albert?
I am I'm actually close to home. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts right now. So I got like midnight last night.
Oh, he's frozen. There
Long
we go.
day, but yeah.
Long day. So you finally back, Albert, now from your training camp voyage? Is this the beginning of you being back at home now from being gone for training camp?
You guys got me?
Yeah, I
we got you now. Bob was asking, are you finally back from the training camp voyage? You're back home now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, this is that tough. He's buffering a lot. Bodie, see if you can get pull him off and clean that up a little bit and talk to him there because it'll be great. I'm sure he'll have some good stuff. He was in Baltimore just yesterday, so I think he's finally back home. Now, curious what his best stop was of all of his training camp journeys, if you will, Thitoff, where you felt like he gleaned the most information. Any teams that surprised him. I always love talking to him to kind of figure out kind of what his expectations are for the season because they're always really good. Yeah,
it's and this is where his life changed. I mean, his life already changed probably a little while ago just because of the fact of training camps going in, but now it's super busy for him. But I gotta believe he's super busy most of the year anyway. But we'll get Albert back on here shortly. And okay, we got him now. Albert there. We got we'll go straight audio, old school here. Bobby was asking, you're back home now. Your training camp adventures are over.
And I apologize for that. That's the last time I tried to do a video call in a Dunkin' Donuts. So I at least figured I'd take a swing at it. I got back late last night. I got back at 12:30, and it's 25 teams I've seen now. So it's been a long few weeks to say the least. Good few weeks for sure.
Which team is there a particular one of all the last 2 weeks, Albert, you felt like you maybe learned the most from, or maybe one that surprised you think could be an up-and-coming team this season?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say probably there are a few where you can just kind of feel the confidence in where they're at. I know a lot of people have talked a lot about Denver. I'd echo that. You can kind of tell, they had the number one defense in the league last year. They're adding, Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga from the Niners to that group, and Dippo Nix in year two. I think there's similar confidence within the Rams and how good they're going to be. I think obviously a lot of that's going to be relative to Matthew Stafford's health, but there's a really good feeling around that team that. If a couple things fall into place, Alaric Jackson's health is one of them. They're going to be so good on the lines of scrimmage that they'll be able to control games that way. Then the team I saw yesterday, one of the two teams I saw yesterday, Baltimore, they've been knocking on the door for so long now. And, over the last 7 years, they've made the playoffs 6 times. They've won the division 4 times. They've been the number 1 seed twice, but they haven't made a Super Bowl. And I think there's just a level of focus and determination. I know that sounds a little corny, but with their veteran players, you can kind of feel like there's a confidence in that group that they're very capable of winning a Super Bowl. And now there's an urgency because they've been so close and they've been knocking on the door. So, I'd say those 3 teams really stuck out to me as the 3 where, when you walk in, you can tell, that team knows it's going to be good, And then there are a couple, where I think you walk in and you're kind of there's a little bit of brake tapping, a little bit of a few things need to fall into place for this to really happen. I think the Niners were one of those. The Patriots were one of those. So, you learn a lot about the teams when you're going around for sure. And, then you get to September and injuries start to hit and everything else, and things can change again. You
talk about injuries. A lot's been made of Matthew Stafford's back. I mean, how confident do they feel in his ability to be out there now at whatever he is, 36, 37 years old?
They feel like at this stage of his career at 37, he only has so many bullets left in the gun. And, I've used this analogy before, but, it's why fire an office,
Okay. You there, Albert?
I'm here.
Okay.
God, I'm having all kinds of technical issues. You guys got me all right now?
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm a dumpster fire this morning.
That's all right.
No, I think, but I don't know how much of that you guys heard, but I think to some degree, there's there's a management with him of how much he has left in the tank. And at 37, there's an acknowledgement of all the damage he took on, over his years in Detroit. And, you only have so many bullets left in the gun with a guy at his age. And he's had the elbow and he's had the wrist and now he's got the back. And, I think that those are injuries that can recur, and you just want to save the mileage on his body when you can. And that's not to say things have been ideal this summer for him. They definitely haven't been, and he'd much rather be out there. But if you've got an issue like this, there's really no need to push it. And so, you try to get him to the season as close to 100% as you possibly can. And the whole idea is to get him to January and February in as good shape as is humanly possible.
Albert Breer joins us from MMQB. Albert, we're less than 2 weeks out now, so let's go ahead and run through it. Micah, Trey, McLaurin, what do you think's going to happen to each one of them?
So I was with Washington yesterday, and I can tell you, and this won't surprise anybody there, but I don't sense anything with Terry where it's like that thing has gotten contentious on the team side. I think Terry wants to be there. This was just a negotiation that got off on the wrong foot, I would say. And the gap between the two sides, I think, was surprising for both. And it's just taken a lot of time to try to work towards the middle, and they're not there yet. And, I think that if I had to guess, this feels to me like the type of situation that needs a deadline, right? Like, has everybody truly put their cards on the table? And has everybody truly pushed to the point where this is how far I'm willing to go? And, sometimes, again, you need the deadline in a situation like that. And I just think there's too much motivation on the part of the Commanders because he's been too big a part of what they've built the last year. And there's too much motivation on the part of Terry, too, who I think takes a lot of pride in being a one-team guy and somebody who has spent his entire career in one place and saw so many things through before having the success of last year. I think they get something done. The other two are less predictable, I think. I think with Trey, it's unlikely that another team is going to give up a pick, a player, and a contract to get him. So where does that leave you? Well, the big number, I think they're there. I think the Bengals are willing to go, on an APY basis past where Daniil Hunter was, past where Max Crosby was, and closer to where TJ Watt and Myles Garrett are. Not quite there, but close enough to it. It's just the guarantees, and I think that is sort of, on one side you get the team trying to uphold its precedence. On the other side you get the player really almost feeling like it's a point of pride now that he has to win that part of the negotiation. So I think it's going to be on the Bengals now to find a way to make him feel like he's coming away from this whole thing a winner, while trying to uphold their precedence as much as they can. And the Micah thing, the timeline and all of that, it's a lot like it was with CD and Dak and Zach Martin 2 years ago. I think the difference is those guys were all wildly popular within the building, and I'm not sure it's that way with Micah. And so, does that throw a little wrench in the whole thing? Does that might make Micah a little bit more of a wild card? I've talked to enough people who know Micah who say he might be the guy who's willing to miss games to make his point. Again, that thing hasn't been in a good place for a very long time. We've also seen these things get solved in the past. Myles Garrett wasn't going to play for the Browns again until they put a contract that had an average with a 4 in front of them, right? So if the Cowboys are willing to go to 45, does that fix everything? We'll see. But I'd say of the three, that one's probably in the worst place.
Albert, have you seen any of the Netflix documentary on Jerry and the Cowboys?
I can't wait to watch it. I haven't yet. Have you, Bobby?
I watched the first 2 episodes. Bodie, have you watched any more of it since then?
Yeah, I watched the third one last night. Went very deep into the 92 conference championship game against the Niners and some more background on our boy, Jera.
I'm going to tell you this, Albert. It's one of the best. It's probably not going to help these negotiations at all because it's making Jera the star. But it is pretty remarkable that they could produce this, and it's one of the top 5 shows viewed on Netflix. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I know they got incredible access. I had actually seen the crew getting on the bus at the Combine in Indianapolis, and I think anybody who knows what happens at the Combine on the bus in Indianapolis knows the level of access that is. So, yeah, I can't wait to watch it. There's nobody like him in sports. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the simplest way to put it. And, you know, I think for all of his flaws from a football standpoint, he's such a brilliant businessman. And, you know, I'm interested to see the way that the 90s Cowboys are painted. And I want to see how deep they dive into everything else, too. You know, because I think he's just been I think he's evolved in a lot of ways. And, you know, I'd be interested to see if they're going to jump into the Parcells years. I'd be interested to see how much they go into his relationship with Goodell. So many interesting angles they could take with this thing. It does sound like it's got a focus on the 90s Cowboys. Would that be right from what you guys have seen so far?
That's where the lead has been. And that was my question is, Albert, is how they end this. Like how much of
I bet without a Super Bowl win.
Well, no, they have 3.
I'm saying if they end it, though, without one.
Yeah, but it's the beginning, obviously, is the big part of his acquisition of it. It's a lot about Jerry and early on. I just don't know how much you include of the rest of it because there's a lot of wash, rinse, and repeat. Like outside of Parcells, that's kind of like the next spike where you have a Jimmy Johnson-like character. And here's the best thing you're going to love is, like, Jerry's great in it. Jimmy's great in it. Irvin's great in it. Dion comes in. And they start introducing him. Like, I don't know who the best characters are in this because they're all such great storytellers.
Yeah, and that was the thing about those Cowboys teams. I mean, I know when you were there and when I was there, a lot of those guys are still around. You know what I mean? That's kind of what's interesting about it is, like, so many of those guys are still sort of tangentially part of the Cowboys story now. You know, whether that's Emmett or Dion or Michael or Troy. You know, even like the next wave of players, like Nate Newton, you know what I mean, are still sort of involved in some way or at least tied to the area in some way. And I think that's what's sort of unique about it. You know what I mean? Is that those 90s teams, like, I don't know if that really exists with any other team. Like, I live in New England, and a lot of the, you know, old Patriots are gone. You know what I mean? Like, already. And they're obviously much more recent than those Cowboys teams. And those Cowboys teams, the players were such big personalities and such big stars, and so many of them are just still around. You know what I mean? Like, which I think brings a different dynamic to that franchise, and you see maybe different than anywhere else in sports.
All right, Albert, get you out here on this one. Albert Breer, MMQB. We got about a minute left. Eric Dickerson, crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I mean, there was I don't think there's any conspiracy to make sure he wasn't drafted. Like, that would be the dumbest thing the NFL could possibly do is take on somebody with a bullhorn of Dion that Dion has. And I honestly, I look at the totality of this. Shador's really good for the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, like, he may not be good for your particular team, but I mean, having Shador as a storyline for the draft was great for the NFL. I mean, like, I think they set records for day 3 ratings. Why do you think that was? I mean, it was because Shador was still available, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know on what planet it was bad for the NFL for Shador to be drafted into the league. Like, that makes no sense to me. I think the NFL has had a good relationship with Dion, the league office itself, and a lot of other people in the league have had a good relationship with Dion. So the whole thing sort of didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't see the Eric Dickerson motive. I can think for doing that would only be the fact that we've actually said Eric Dickerson now 4 times on the air today. We never say it. Albert, thanks for the time, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll talk again next week.
All right. Okay.
That was Albert Breer from MMQB. Always great to have him on, Bob. And coming up next, we will hit some quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans! As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and Columbus football is back. And what better way to kick off the season than driving home in a tough, reliable 2024 Toyota Tacoma from Germain Toyota of Columbus. Right now, get 0% APR for up to 72 months with 20% down, or lease it for $239 a month for 36 months for 10,000 miles per year with $29.99 due at signing. Head to Germain Toyota of Columbus today on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Your home for great deals all season long.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fan favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps.
I'm dead sexy.
You're locked into Morning Juice.
Indeed, you are locked and loaded. Morning Juice. Final hour of the program. Final hour of the week. Let's do some quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
He's not Beanie Wells. He's Bodie Wells.
Happy Friday, fellas. First football-ish Friday of the year. Got some high school football tonight, college football tomorrow. NFL preseason action tonight and tomorrow, too. Got me juiced. Major news dropped in the world of college football yesterday as the Southeastern Conference will officially begin a 9-game conference schedule starting next year in 2026. The decision was approved by the SEC's presidents and chancellors after a recommendation by the athletic directors in the conference. Under the new format, the SEC will continue to play without divisions. Each school will play 3 annual opponents focused on maintaining traditional rivalries, and the remaining 6 games will rotate among the rest of the league opponents. Each team will face every other SEC program at least once every 2 years, and every opponent home and away over 4 years. Now, for maybe the most interesting part of this news, the SEC teams are still required to schedule at least one additional high-quality non-conference opponent from the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, or Notre Dame in each season. Kirk Cignetti, he probably passed out when he heard that because he's been running his mouth all off season, and I don't know, maybe he can't schedule high school teams anymore. But nevertheless, Bobby, we spend a whole lot of time every single season complaining about the strength of a given team's schedule in college football. The SEC, they might have just put themselves ahead of the curve with this decision here.
Here's the deal. They finally got to
Here's
the
the
9
deal, Rick. I'm the best there is, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's very true. But they're going to 9, so they had to figure out the structure. The 3 and 6, Penn State wouldn't like that because they're unrivaled. They don't want to play anybody consistently. But now they're doing that, and so you ask yourself, what are you asking yourself right now? But why the recommendation or the requirement to play the 10th game against the Power 5 opponent, Power 4 opponent? Well, if you look at Kentucky, you look at Georgia, you look at Florida, you look at South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma could be if they want to get OK State back on the schedule.
State, like those teams, those 4 all play ACC teams that are built-in rivalries every year. I don't want that to go away. Hopefully Oklahoma will continue to play.
They got to get that one back on the schedule.
They got to get it back on,
Bedlam.
but that's an easy out now for people like, hey, we have this. And if I'm those 4 teams, they probably push for it because we want to keep playing our rival, but we only want to do it if everybody else can play somebody. You can't be playing Bama. You can't be playing Bethune-Cookman when we're out here playing Clemson if I'm South Carolina. You know, like that's a big – if you're Florida, be like, I can't be playing Florida State.
And Miami some years.
And Miami a lot of years. I can't be playing Florida State and or Miami and Auburn or Tennessee. Well, I guess Tennessee plays. No, that's
I don't think they have one. Right?
Like you're Kentucky. You're
Kentucky,
playing Louisville.
Yep.
Like you can't have that. So you've got to figure. I was thinking Vanderbilt. Like they're in the conference, so that's already there. But
are they really though?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
They did beat Bama last year.
Get in line.
Don't listen to Padilla. He'll tell you everything. But those schools, I guarantee you, they wanted that. They wanted to keep the rivalries. They just wanted everybody else to be on equal footing to them. And now you're going to see it. I think this is good for college football. It is a win for my consumption habits.
Bobby, who can strut around prouder?
Ric Flair.
Yes. And Ryan Day, but that's another subject. Is it the SEC or the Big Ten? Because now
SEC.
Okay, SEC is now saying, you know what, yeah, we did what you said. We got it now, 9 conference games. And Tony Petit could say, you know what? I made him go to 9 conference games. Like, is one of them above the other in this situation?
I don't think so. I think the SEC is going to come in and say, you know what, we're playing 9 now. And here's the other good thing for them. They're getting paid. You're going to get a bump in their TV deal. The ADs were the ones that voted on the coaches. They can complain all they want and say, hey, we don't want this, we want that, we don't want these games. This is going to not be good for us. You know what the ADs and presidents said? Show me the money.
Right.
And like, hey, all right, hey, coaches, you deal with it.
It reminds me of the Louis C.K. thing we talked about when talking about how Matt Damon writing Good Will Hunting. And what if the guy had said he doesn't like apples, how it would have changed things. And Tony Petit's like, you got to play 9 conference games. And they say, no. He said, ha. But he said, you got to play. Okay, we'll play. And then it's like, well, what do I say now? What do I complain about now? I don't know where they're going to go with the CFP now, though.
And that's exactly what I was just going to say, Tito. Does this mean that the Big Ten will get their way? That now that the SEC is playing 9 conference games every year, that they'll get the 4-4-2-2-1? Or does the SEC say, we caved, so now we're doing the 5+11?
Or does the SEC, now with going to 9 conference games and having to absorb another loss for half their teams, maybe they want the 4-4, the auto bids. And that's the big question. By them doing that, do they want the auto bids at that point? I don't know.
What do you think? Okay,
it's a beautiful mystery.
It's a mystery for sure. But, Bob, what do you think the next iteration of the CFP will look like?
The reckoning?
Yes.
I told you about this.
It's
the Rick Neuheisel reckoning conversation where he thinks there'll be one last major realignment, and it'll be the realignment to end all realignments.
That's what you would bet on?
It'll be when the Avengers take on Thanos.
Okay.
And Thanos is the reckoning.
Okay.
Nobody knows. No one knows who's good and
Who's
who's
showing
bad.
up through that portal?
Yeah, Thanos, like his Chops used to always say, Thanos might be on the winning side. He may have had it right.
Had a point.
He had a good point. He went around about it the wrong way, but he did have a good point.
Born in bloodshed.
If you had us
They were
mentioning Eric Dickerson and Chops on the program today, you put an X on your bingo card. But so, Bob, do you think it'll be at 12 teams until this Rick Neuheisel thing? Like it'll be the current thing right now?
I think they'll find their way to 16. But what does it look like? I honestly think with the SEC going to this, I think they're going to want some auto bids.
You think so?
I hate that
I think
with
so.
every fiber of my being.
So, yeah, that's.
Tackle that demon horse.
I'm not.
Ride it through
demon
the
cobra.
demon cobra. You ride that skeleton horse to the gates of hell.
I don't want the auto bids. And
No one asked you what you wanted. They didn't ask me what I wanted. They
I
didn't
asked
ask
you
Brody
what you
what he
wanted, and now I'm going to
You did.
ask me.
You want the truth. Is that what you brought me here, Thitoff, to talk about phone calls and
title.
foot lockers?
Right. Men are fighting for their lives. They're on a trial for their lives.
They, I mean, honestly,
I've
it's,
seen that clip.
Mess with the wrong Marine.
Yeah. I don't. I'm okay with the 5 and 11. I'm okay with that.
I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape with what the
Because
committee
what about
does
the
every
13th?
year.
What about the 13th?
But
and 14th?
how about 17 and 18? I just think people get so bent out of shape over the committee when more often than not they kind of get it right. I mean, should Indiana have been in? Was Indiana a better football team than Alabama or South Carolina last year? Probably not, but it was fine. They got in. They hung in there with Notre Dame. It's not like Alabama or South Carolina could have really pounded the table about deserving to get in at 9-3. And this conference, the SEC going to 9 games at least balances some of that out. I mean, Kirk Cignetti has ran his mouth God knows how many times this offseason about we'll play, we'll play 3 high school teams. Yeah, Marcus Freeman, that's who.
Well, Marcus Freeman and
the Buckeyes.
Our guy,
Mr. Will Howard.
Mr. Billy Howard.
Yes.
Putting the SIG out on the sideline during the game. What an epic and iconic celebration.
But seriously, I mean, he said how much crap this offseason about how we're just following the SEC scheduling model. Well, now they're playing 9 games too, dude, and they're actually playing somebody at a conference where Indiana continues to drop non-conference games against Virginia, of all schools.
Hey.
UVA.
The Old Dominion.
The Woohoos.
I don't know if you realize this, but I think there were 4 straight presidents from the state of Virginia to start, like after Washington.
I think Virginia has the most, don't they?
2 through 5?
I believe it was.
See, how about that?
I know it was Madison, Monroe, and Jefferson.
Well,
I think Adams is in
was
there.
Sampson
too.
in there?
Sampson?
Ralph Sampson?
John Adams was from.
He's from Massachusetts.
Baintree, Massachusetts. Winthrop, Massachusetts. Who do you play for? But yeah, I'm fine with. I hope it goes to 5-11. That's my preference because I think now with things a little bit more on an even playing field. Although I did see Jim Phillips in the ACC said we're staying at 8. So to hell with the rest of you.
That's fine. You'll get 1 or 2 teams in at the most.
Exactly.
That's fine.
But it's just like I think 5 plus 11. Like more often than not, the SEC and Big Ten will get 4 teams in. Hell, they'll probably even get 5 or 6 on a decent chunk of years, and we'll just get the best teams. It doesn't have to just be the auto bids. It doesn't have to be the play-in crap, which is even more stupid than the auto bids. If you want to take the auto bids, just do the top 4 from the regular season standings.
Yeah, just do that.
Like,
Right.
we don't need 6 playing 5 and 4 playing 3 and all that other crap. Speaking of...
I would say the selection committee is they are adding a computerized metric to their selection process.
Which Greg Sankey said this was a big reason why we went to 9 games, too.
There's a new added metric of record strength that will help the committee, this is from ESPN, determine how teams performed against their schedule, rewarding those that beat high-quality opponents while minimizing the penalty of losing to one. These changes will also provide minimal reward for beating a lower-quality opponent while imposing a greater penalty for losing to one.
So what do they define as higher quality or lower quality?
I would say losing to Northern Illinois is probably lower quality.
Right. And I would say...
What about Stanford?
Hey, we smoked Stanford last year.
But
3 years ago, that was a different story.
Not a great team, though. And so that's why and so they would not get as much of a boost for beating Stanford. But yeah, you're right.
My thing is, like, if you schedule Florida State's the prime example.
Yeah.
You play Florida State.
They won 13 games 2 years ago.
In 2023,
2 last year.
You're playing a top 5 team. You're playing a team last year, Florida State. By the end of the year, they're one of the worst bottom 10 teams in college football.
Well, that's always been
so. How do you I can't penalize you for scheduling them and you beating them. That should be not a quality win. But I'm not going to say, well, who do they play in the non-conference? Dude, you scheduled Florida State. I can't help it that they were terrible.
Yeah, that's always been the luck of the college football thing when you schedule these things so far out.
You beat a USC team playing USC. We play them every year if you're Notre Dame. A lot of times they're 10-win teams. The last handful of years, they've been bad.
Yeah.
Didn't Ohio State schedule Cal when Rodgers was still there?
Yeah.
Well, how many times? Sorry, Tito, not to cut you off there, but yeah, Cal. Virginia Tech was supposed to be good. Then they weren't. TCU. You don't expect TCU to go 11-1, but you think 8-9 wins, and then you play them and they go 6-6. You're like, well, shoot.
You try
I mean, if you had played Texas in 18-19,
they're bad.
Like, blah. But now this year, and then does Ohio State go to Austin next year? Right?
Yes,
probably.
Yeah. Probably a night game.
I'm
not bitter.
But you're playing the number 1 team in the country, and then next year, I imagine they'll be.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the top 10 again. Like, you can only control that so much. I think, though, as we get to 12 teams and probably even 16 in the near future, that stuff starts to minimize, though. Like if you go 8-4 and you're like, well, actually, we were supposed to play a good Florida State team. Nobody cares. You went 8-4. Like, that stuff starts to minimize because so many teams will be getting in that I think the toughness of everybody's schedule only will matter for teams 14, 15, 16, 17. And at that point, it's like,
the back end.
Yeah.
Right, you're going to lose it.
And if you don't make it, or if you do, like, cry me a river, man. Like, 16 teams get in. Like, if you couldn't find your way in, it's a you problem.
Do we need to change? Like, is there a way to? Is it feasible to change the way scheduling is done in college football?
Got to make a change for once in my life.
Once in my life, yes.
You're talking to the man in the mirror.
That's what I'm looking at right now, Bob.
I think the problem
if he'll change his ways.
Yes.
I think the problem with that, Tito, is if we did that, we would lose our way as a society.
We've lost our way.
I mean, if we as college football fans can't complain about another team's schedule,
right?
What's the point of living?
We go to an hour-long morning.
I don't know
juice
what I would
fall.
do if people didn't tell me how much Notre Dame's schedule sucks every year.
Between recruiting now, NIL, the portal, and just the asymmetry of scheduling, and my conference.
We've lost our way. Yeah,
you need that.
Yes, it's good.
There's a line in the another great movie for you, Bodie. Write this down: The Count of Monte Cristo.
Is that Antero Banderas?
No, there's not really a lot of people. Luis Guzman's in it. He's amazing.
Pitcher for the Blue Jays.
But there's a line in there that's a man who's done wrong. It's a great revenge story. It's actually a book. It's one of my favorite movies. It holds on to that poetic justice for you, Bodie. You'll like it. People always get what's coming to them. But one of the lines in it, it's like the guy who's wronged who's trying to do something. He's like, you've got everything you want. You've got the girl, you've got the money, whatever. He's like, don't rob me of my hate. He's like, don't rob me of my hate.
Don't take that away from me.
You can't take that away from me. And it's one of the most iconic lines ever. I was like, that's a lot of times where people are in life. You may be in the better situation. Don't rob me of my hate, okay? Don't remind me that my team is in a better situation.
Exactly.
I want to still be the grievance police. I want to argue about this. I want to complain about that. By the way, Virginia, 5 presidents. They're including Washington, which I don't know if you fully can, but they got T.J. Madison, Monroe, and John Tyler. And they include Washington, so that's 5. There are 2 states with more presidents.
I know Ohio's one of them. Right?
Is that a question mark
No,
or an
it's Ohio.
exclamation point?
New York.
Good job.
Nice. I would have said Massachusetts.
Trump put him over the top. Massachusetts is...
Does he count as 2?
He only count... Well, here's the thing. No, because not McKinley. Who was it? Grover Cleveland, they only counted him as 1, too. So I think it's just single humans is what you're looking at.
Who's the one who died like a month in?
That was
Zach Taylor?
No.
Tyler?
John Tyler. It was Harrison. With John Tyler was his VP. He refused to wear a coat on his inauguration, died of pneumonia a month later.
Then why do we count him?
That's a tough break.
Well, because he was elected president.
Yeah, he was only there for a month, though.
It's his grandson, Benjamin Harrison, was the 23rd Michael Jordan president.
That's right, 10 after Lincoln.
I'm hoping J.D. Vance gets in there so he can get to the top spot again.
I'm just saying, if you're president for like a month, you're not really president.
You got elected.
I know that, Bob.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yes.
Would you rather have been the VP on the ticket that had somebody who do you think feels better? Andrew Johnson, who got president because Lincoln got capped in the back of the head? Or if you're the president's family who died after a month?
Hey, I feel like this is right back to college football scheduling. It's
really
not Georgia's fault they played TCU a couple years ago. They just played who was on the schedule.
Right,
and they beat them.
Yeah, I think it's like in baseball. You know, if they call the game after 3 innings, it never really took place. It never happened. If you die a month into office, you're never really president, Bob. I just think there should be an asterisk next to him when they do the list of presidents. Him and Bonds.
Him and Bonds.
They both have asterisks. Folks, hold on for dear life.
Or how about if you're Gerald Ford, who was literally ascended,
fifth one or whatever it was?
He was the Speaker of the House that ascended through literally VP stepped down, goes to VP, Nixon steps down, he becomes president.
Hey.
So he wasn't even on the ticket.
Right,
But
yeah.
you know what they still call him?
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Coming up next, folks, Your Highness joins us. We'll get his pick for the weekend. Let's do that. Morning Juice.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tito has had 2 wives. They've both been named Heather. If you know someone named Heather, please warn her. This is Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Your Highness in the building. Joining us here now. Good early morning to you, my friend Chad. And Curious what you hit it again last week too, didn't you? You hit your best bet last week again.
Yeah, that was a great one. That was the third round and decision. And so once we got to the third round, he was up. I know he was up the first two rounds. We just had to make sure he didn't get knocked out in the third. That was pretty easy, squeezy, lemon peasy. So, yeah.
Love it. Love it. What do we got this week? We diving into the SEC. Where are we looking at?
So I think the song is over there, the Yanks are going over there. Across the pond, folks. We're doubling down, baby. We're heading over to Ireland. But we got football, folks. It's all about this weekend. We got real college football. And actually some ranked opponents, too. So I'm jacked up, guys.
Who do you like in that Iowa State-Kansas State game over there in Dublin?
I'm doubling down on the Cyclones. It's
like
going to
that.
be windy over there. It's going to be windy. They are the plus money dogs. I think you can get them anywhere from, I don't know, plus 130, 135. But we talked about it before when we talked about the Big 12. I like Rocco over there, the quarterback. I love Campbell as the coach. And most importantly, we know one thing in sports. I don't care if it's basketball, football, defense travels. Defense travels early in the season when they're still putting offensive play installations in. They haven't gone against true live defenses. That defensive scheme, I trust that. I trust the defensive core. I trust the defensive guys. They still know how to make form tackles. So give me the better defense. Give me the better coaching. And give me the better I think the better team on the year, by the way. I think Iowa State finishes ahead of Kansas State at the end of the year.
And that's your best play for the week, right? For the weekend?
That is, by the way, yeah, sorry to kind of bury it, but 8%. Would be the second largest play I've recommended on the show.
Oh,
Iowa State.
How many units are going in?
Iowa State. This is 8%.
Oh.
So, yeah, we call it, I don't know this on radio.
Of your salary, you think? Yearly salary?
I mean, we're talking a car payment.
Okay.
Car payment.
All right.
Why not a house payment, mortgage payment? Let's go all in, man. Like let's do it. I like it.
Well, it is week 0, so
go ahead. We're doubling down. I mean, if you're going to pull in, you know, the nice little reference right there with it and make a dad joke, like, dude, we're doubling down on that. Like, that's amazing.
So to give you perspective, the last couple of plays have been like 3-4%. So this is literally last week. This is twice as much as we bet last week. Actually, take all the money you won last week on that fight, parlay it, push it, press it. Iowa State Cyclones, book it.
So did you, as far as future betting goes in college football, do you have any kind of insight on like where you were leaning, or did you do any like Heisman Trophy bets?
I got bored yesterday, and so I went into the tank and I said, you know, I don't remember the last time the odds-on favorite won the Heisman, and so I had to go back. Ron Dayne, 1999 was the last time the odds-on favorite won a Heisman. Well, Arch Manning is the odds-on favorite this year, and so we are forgetting Arch. I love Arch, but not this year, kid. So I went back the last 10 years. 7 out of the 10 winners the last 10 years was outside the top 5 for the odds-on favorite. So I got 2 guys and you guys are going to like this down in Columbus. I got 2 guys I like. And I say, just saying we need some love. I got Julian Saying at 20 to 22 to 1 odds. I actually like him better than Smith, who's actually the higher favorite there at Ohio State. But guess what? They're slinging a rock at Ohio State. I think he moves the ball around. He's got the numbers. And I got Ohio State winning the Big Ten. They're going in the playoffs. So quarterback gets love in the Heisman Trophy voting. We know this. And then I need a little love. And this one is for you, Mr. Wells. Jeremiah Love, I think is his name, right? The running back there at Notre Dame. It's a long shot. He's like 40 to 1, really long shot. But look, throw a little $25 bill on him. They get you $1,000 if you win.
Oh yeah.
Okay? You're not going to forget the $25. But if Notre Dame goes like undefeated or has a great season, it's on his back, and he's taking home the hardware.
Like that. Is there any teams out there that you like futures on, or anything like that, Your Highness, that you could maybe kind of lean into at this point in the year?
So here's a sneaky little thing that's a little next level for those listening. I am really high on the Toledo Rockets. Okay, they have a really soft schedule. I think they have Kentucky week 1. They could be Kentucky, but after Kentucky, I think they run the table. Now it is Toledo. Some why week 7, 8, 9, they find a way to slip up. But this is what you can do. Instead of betting on Toledo to go undefeated, which is about 12-1, you can take whatever bet you want to do. Let's say it's $20, $25, whatever it is, and start betting them on money line every single game. So they're plus 250 against Kentucky. You take that money, you press it in a week. We call it a mechanical parlay. You keep pressing your money, pressing your money, pressing your money. If you were to take a $25 bill and start on Kentucky, and they were to go undefeated the whole year, you turn $25 into over $3,200 versus taking that $25 bill and putting it on 12-1. You're 10xing your money with the same result.
I like that.
Also, if a key player gets hurt in week 9 or 10, you can pull out.
Yeah.
Where that futures bet, you're stuck to the end. So we call that a mechanical parlay. I like that on the University of Toledo Rockets this year. And then I forgot. There was one other team, and it just slipped my mind. Can't remember what the other team was.
It's a strong pullout, though. I like that.
The Toledo Rockets, yeah, I think they're going to be good also. Yeah, I think it's. I didn't realize that, that's a good method too. There, right, Your Highness? I mean the mechanical parlay. I've never heard that phrase, but it also probably tells you why I usually don't make a lot of money betting.
Well, and here's the other thing: if they were to lose the first 2 weeks, you could still pick this up in week 3. They win 6 in a row, you're still profitable.
Gosh, I love
it. Still be doing better than the other.
I love
so
it.
That's the play. Toledo Rockets, they got a weak schedule. The best team, I think, in that conference is Ohio, and they're not even on their schedule.
They get to avoid him. That's huge. So you've got your contest going on, coming up here, right? On the for the $42 entry fee for the it's a King of the Hill type thing, right? The survivor pool.
So we have the NCAA Top 25 Survivor Pool. It technically starts next week. This week doesn't count, but it's $42 to get in. We give $10 of that to the Heather Downs Hurricanes. It's a 12-year-old boys baseball team. They're a brand new startup. They need uniforms, fees for umpires, all that fun stuff. So we're helping raise money for them. But this is the greatest contest ever. You pick a top 25 college football team every week, like every other Survivor. You pick them once, you're done. The AP poll changes every week, so that can change. Here's how it works, though. It's easy to pick the 1-2, right? So you get the points awarded to where they're ranked. If you pick the 25th team and they win, you get 25 points. If you go out and pick the number 1 seed and they win, you get 1 point. So it's based on your points. So you got to always win, but you got to also pick the high-ranked team. At the end of the regular season, we take the top 12 people in total points. They go to the bowl games where they pick again. Out of those, then they go to the playoffs, and we play down to the national championship, which is the 5-person. I'm anticipating over 100 people, which means first place is going to be in the neighborhood of around $3,500 to $4,500.
Look out.
So 100 extra money, help 12-year-old boys play some baseball this summer, and see if you are the most knowledgeable when it comes to college football this year.
Your Highness, you the man. Thanks so much. WeWinYouWin.com. Tell us about the podcast again.
Yeah, Shut Up and Bet with Your Highness. It's on YouTube. I've put out every college football preview show going over wins, losses for every college football team. And then also I put out an educational series. So if you're new to betting, I've got a 9-part educational series, everything from the basics to what is an over and under, all the way to your advanced, let's say professionals on live betting strategies and things of that nature.
You the man, Chad. We'll talk next week, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Until next time, jump on the right foot and do the wrong thing. Peace.
There we go. That was Your Highness. WeWinYouWin.com. Bob, if you're not juiced already, you should be, but let's do this.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Sources tell me it's Friday, Bob. I think that's you.
I love it, and sources are correct. I love that Your Highness just told me about the mechanical parlay.
Make sure pull out, though.
Strong pull-out game.
If the time comes.
The time is right. But you can lose your first 2, and you can still win after 6 weeks. Bodie, I think for Notre Dame, that might be the way to go.
Bob, stop.
I'm telling you.
I know.
Is Northern Illinois on the schedule this year?
No, fortunately.
Okay.
And we got a bye in week 2, so win or lose against Miami.
Is that before Stanford? You want to get that one to get
extra week to prepare.
I might start doing that mechanical parlay. I really like that.
That's a good idea.
Because it gives you a better payout, and you can still win even like someone gets hurt. You get a chance. If, let's say, your boy CJ His arm just flies off his body.
I don't really like any of this conversation.
Or maybe he's like
That doesn't
Ricky
sound
Bobby
great.
and becomes paralyzed, but not really. It's just all in his mind.
You mean like he could start a fire with his thoughts?
With his thoughts. Maybe he's harder than a.
Oh, he found that wheelchair in the hallway.
Maybe he's harder than a diamond in an ice storm. Who knows? There's a lot of opportunities, but that juiced me up listening to that. We've got our first high school football tonight. Some last night, but really everybody's going off tonight. That's super juicy for me. Excited about that. Arlington is taking on Anthony Wayne, so I'll be excited to go over and watch that. And enjoy that one. And we have college football tomorrow. What's juicier than that? That's going to be tremendous. Super excited about that one as well. And then also this little nugget that I saw from Nick Saban that I had Bodie cut for me last night.
I think something that everybody's got to realize that's a little bit different now is we've kind of raised the bar in college football. We've raised the bar in the SEC in terms of what we've accomplished and what we do. And everybody's chasing us. I mean, just look at all the teams that we play that have coaches that have been here in leadership roles, whether it's Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Oregon, Auburn's defensive coordinator, all over the league, everybody that we play. People are hiring people from this organization to try to figure out what we do. So what we do is important, but how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here in terms of how we do what we do. We got to do it better. So our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. So what does that take? The first thing you have to do is you have to have toughness. You got to be tougher than everybody that we play. But, you know, I've never stood up here in all the time that I've been here and ever really defined toughness for you. The way I'm going to define toughness to you, because I'm talking about mental toughness, and I think everybody can relate to it, is it's all about what does it take to break you. And the reason I come to this is we had to put hurricane windows in our house in Florida on the beach. All right, so I asked the guy, how do you figure out that these windows are better than those windows? What does it take to break them? All right, so if you really think about toughness and mental toughness, what does it take to break you? I don't care what circumstance you're faced with. What does it take to break your focus because you get frustrated about what happened on the last play? What does it take to make you give in because it's hot outside, or you're tired, or you don't feel like running to the ball or giving effort or finishing the play like you should? Because of how you feel, whether you're a little bit hurt, what does it take to break you? I'm not saying it's our goal to try to break you. It's just the way it is in football. When you go through camp, it's going to be difficult because you're getting yourself ready to play an entire season at a high level. So everybody here has got to have a lot of mental toughness to be able to sustain what we do at a high level. And just because you got beat on the last play, that can't affect your next play. Or that's breaking you. Your frustration is breaking you. Just because you miss a block, or you get blocked, or you miss a tackle, or you fumble the ball. What does it take to break you?
What does it take? It's a question. It's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple barrel rolls for me. You know what? We're going to finish that thing. We're going to get the plane down. Bodie, what's Schleich got to say?
You guys speak it from your diaphragm. Fire the cannon! It just comes from the bowels of your most inner being. That's how you do it.
Bob, you know how we put that around here. You can't let the last play break you. One play, one life. What's got me juiced, guys? College football season getting underway tomorrow. Speaking of Stanford, I believe they play Hawaii tomorrow night, so we locked in for that one. You know, a little prep for Game 12 there for Notre Dame's schedule. Nevertheless, though, definitely going to be watching the Iowa State-Kansas State game. Looking forward to that. Super juiced about this weather, as much as I love summer, and it's been hot and humid all summer. This weather's had me pretty juiced. I was looking at the forecast for next Saturday for anybody going to the Ohio State-Texas game. Mid-70s and sunny. It's hard to complain about that for the first Saturday, August 30th, the first game of the year. Friday, Tito, best day of the week. What's got you juiced, sir?
What's got me juiced is going to see Chappelle tonight. down there in
Spell
Yellow
show.
Springs. Cannot wait to do that. That's always a great time. I got to see him last
I
year.
want you to go as Clayton Bigsby.
Okay. Now, there's an outside chance
that you go as Clayton Bigsby.
that I will get to meet him tonight because I know somebody who knows somebody. Is it Dave or Mr. Chappelle?
Dave.
David.
David? Okay. The thing is, I can't take pictures.
Yeah. That's it.
Because-
Okay, so hold on. What are you, a 12-year-old?
I'd
right
love to
now?
have a picture of Mr. Chappelle.
Who cares?
I cares.
You know what Peyton Manning would always say? How
What's
about
that?
a handshake?
I know, and that's
So
fine.
if your friend, if people that you know don't
Okay.
believe that you met him, or that your character is so poor that they believe that you would lie about meeting him, I'm not sure which is worse. Your friends don't believe you, or they believe you to be a liar that you would actually lie about that. Then neither is good. Dude, just meet him, talk to him. It's all good.
Can I go in for a bro
I
hug?
met Michael Jordan. I didn't need to go say hi and love him up and do all this stuff. Like,
Can I give him a bro hug? Can I do that?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No. Listen, to give someone a bro hug like Dave Chappelle, he has to feel like you've been indoctrinated into his culture. Like he could take you in the racial draft. I don't think he could do that with you.
I'll have autographed the picture my son drew of himself.
Like
I'll have signed that one.
Yes, this is what my picture.
Yeah,
this is a
what my
picture my
son
son
looks like.
That would be amazing.
I could do that.
Are you going with your wife?
Yeah.
Well, then he might believe it.
You might believe it also, right? Yeah. All right. Coming up next, we'll end the week the best way we know how. AJ Hawk, Morning Juice.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make yours possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
He's a tough act to follow, Your Highness, that is. We're going to try our best, though.
A man with many career achievements. defense, leading tackler in Centerville football history, leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history, still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger, and the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
AJ Hawk joins us here, Morning Juice, final segment of the week. AJ, there was an article on ESPN.com, and it was talking about the Vince Young season, his Heisman season, and kind of what transpired there. And a large chunk was talking about the game against you guys. They did say at one point Bobby Carpenter collapsed the Texas pocket and smashed into Young, who heaved a wild pass across the field into the chest of Hawk. And then white tackle Justin Blaylock of Texas said he was all over the effing place talking about you. That guy played his butt off all night. It seemed like he made every play. So I'm curious, am I wrong to blame Bobby for that loss because he bought a bottle of Crown Royal before the game to celebrate with, and then you guys lost? Is that like talking during a no-hitter? Is that like I never thought it was Bobby's fault in that loss, but the fact he bought the bottle of Crown Royal leads me to believe it might be.
No, I don't think you can put that on him at all, because that bottle of Crown Royal, Bob's had that before. It wasn't not a one-time thing that he did for that game, so we can't exactly blame him. And Bob played his butt off too in that game as well. I tell you what, I haven't actually got to read the story yet. I know I talked to I believe Trotter is the guy that put that out. Yeah. He said he actually sent me the link to it, and it took me to 7 different ESPN situations. I couldn't get logged in or read it, so I can't wait to read it though. I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, Bobby's in there quite a bit. There's a few quotes from Bobby in that one.
Yeah, I think he had talked to you too, Age. He had done some good stuff on it. Great guy. A pretty nice article, and it's amazing. AJ, 20 years later from when we played that game, they're playing again, which makes me feel incredibly old. Probably not as old as I felt, though, on Wednesday during my Blue Angels ride. Coach, you had told me how rough it was. I think that's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Was I didn't black out. I was dry heaving a little bit. But it was, I don't get motion sickness super easily. I can still ride coasters and stuff, but that was by far, I didn't realize the physical toll, of trying not to black out, the strain of your legs, of what that was going to be, dude. I was soaked in sweat when we landed.
Yeah, it's wild. And I've seen most of yours, the videos you put out, and I was watching you on the takeoff, whatever they call an unrestricted climb when they're hovering right above the ground, and then shoom, straight up in the air. I was watching it, and you said, "Holy smokes!" I watched your video.
Well, how do you prepare for that? There's nowhere else in the world you do that.
You don't. Yeah, you're already cramped in there in your gym. You're like, okay, here we go. All right, and then you feel it, and you're like, oh my goodness, this is real. And for me, what was wild is you're going straight up, and the canopy's right above you. I don't know how sunny it was for you or not. Yeah, it was very sunny when I was doing it. Man, I didn't know which way was up and which way was down after that. For the next 10 minutes, I wasn't sure. It's like surfers that get tossed around. They get thrown into a giant wave they fall off of, and they're not okay. After they get tumbled around, which way do I swim to try to get to the surface? I felt like that when I was in there for 40 straight minutes. I mean, good on you for not puking, dry heaving a little bit. I puked 7-8 times, both times I did that thing.
Oh, I'll get you the full uncut footage. I didn't eat or anything. I just drank water all day. But I dry heaved a handful of times. It just wasn't once. It was anything I was trying to get on my stomach. Plus, the last piece, you were chained into that seat. My back and my butt were killing me from sitting on that thing. I told the guy, Major Scott Goldilocks, call sign Goldie, obviously, was my pilot. He said he flew that thing from Pensacola to Hawaii. It took him 6 hours. I'm like, dude, I'm not even sure how you sat in this thing for 6 hours. That is brutal.
Oh, it's wild. And, a lot of them, they were telling me when they're flying it from show to show or across the country, they're saying, hey, we're not we're not gassing up the whole time. We're not going 850 miles an hour. We're flying like a commercial airliner and then getting refueled on the way. And just thinking of that, it's wild to me because you're just sitting there in the back trying to go for a ride and try not to pass out and try not to projectile vomit. I'm like, these dudes are flying the plane and controlling it the whole time with all these G's. I couldn't imagine the stuff humans can do, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty special. And what those pilots can do, it just blows my mind.
Let's think. I'm trying just to stay awake. This dude, like, we're pulling 7 Gs in a turn, and he's like talking to me. I'm like, what is going on?
At you. Yeah, they were laughing. My guy's laughing at me because I told him going in. I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm gonna puke. I get sick. I got sick in the car right here. Like, you're gonna get me." And he's like, "Oh, you'll be fine." And then as he can hear me breathing super loud into the mic, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yes." You can fly straight and level for a second, and then all of a sudden he does another maneuver. I'm puking all over, tying my bag off, tying the plastic bag, put it in the like cargo pocket
of your
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yep, it's awesome though.
So you've done it twice. Would you do it a third time?
Man, after the first time, I went to Blue Angels the first time and described how it went in my family, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's great, you did it once, so like you'd never do it again." Yeah, I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know. And then the Thunderbirds came to the Dayton Air Show. I don't know how many years ago it was, and they, I got the opportunity to do it. I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then boom, I puked even more with them. And so I don't know. I mean, maybe I would do it a third time, but I tell you what, when they strap you in and they close that canopy over you, I'm not like. As I get older, I get more and more claustrophobic. Like, it's a real mental test for you. Like, it'll help you face your fears if you are claustrophobic or you're worried that you are going to puke.
Well, I mean, I was hurting at the end, and the thing is, like, we're gonna do a no G maneuver. He's like, whatever they call it, it's the equivalent of a barrel roll. Because we do 2 to the left and 1 to the right, and I'm like, okay. I'm thinking this is gonna be like smooth. He's like, whoosh whoosh, flip over, whoosh back to the right. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. I'm like, he's like, yeah, that was pretty easy, no G's. I'm like, except for the fact that I just spun around twice and then back the other way. I'm like, that's what got me. That's when I started getting sick. It was that, because I was not prepared. He's like, it's no G's. This won't be hard. Don't strain. And I'm like, it wasn't hard on my body, but I felt like I was at the fair, just spinning around in a circle again. And the Thunderbirds, they wear the compression suits. They're the Air Force. So I wouldn't mind doing it. I told, so it was the worst thing I've ever done. I go, but I felt if I did it like every month, AJ, don't you feel like you would probably get a little better at it?
No, I would not. Every other human would, though. They told me that too. Like, you just got to go. Like the pilots were telling me, I used to get kind of sick too when I first started doing it. You just got to do it. And I was like, how come the older I get, the sicker and sicker I get, no matter where I am? Like, whatever. If I'm on a flight, when your the last 20 minutes are a little bit bumpy, I'm like, get us down because I'm going to puke all over this plane. So I don't know. I don't think when it comes to that stuff, I don't know if I could just like slowly acclimate and get in that and all of a sudden figure it out. Like, just look at the horizon. That's all you got to do. Just look at the horizon.
That's what they said.
Okay.
Just look straight ahead.
That works.
I'm like, dude, what do you think I'm doing? Looking behind me? I'm not Goose back here trying to pick up a MiG. Like,
Not my tail.
I'm looking dead straight, bud. And I'm looking at the little map that we've got in front of me on the GPS. It was, gosh, that was wild, though. And believe me, the thought in my mind was like, if this keeps getting much worse, I can just pull this ejection handle and we'll be good.
Would that be a great story, though?
They call it they call it the bonus ride. He's like, and hopefully we won't have this, but you can get a bonus ride. And the other guy that was riding, does anyone know what that is? He goes, the parachute. He's like, you're the first guy that's ever gotten this in the last 3 years.
So I obviously haven't done what that you guys have done on those, but I have been in Vegas and they have those really fast elevators that like accelerate through the first 12. So I kind of understand what you guys are saying because I get lightheaded there as well. AJ, does college football start this weekend or not? Like for you, is it? I know it's just the week 0, it's 4 games, but are you going to like consume much of it, or are you going to wait until next weekend to really get into it?
No, I'll definitely. It'd be like a little appetizer. I'll consume it. It's here, which is a great feeling. Anytime it's a weekend and you can turn on any kind of football, it's great, especially now college football. So it starts. But I mean, it's just a little teaser, a little appetizer until the real thing comes. But the good thing is once it starts, like once we go full go week 1, like here we go, let's go college football, NFL. We have some awesome 3, 5, 6 months ahead of us. So I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Did Hendricks play last Wednesday? When did they play? 7th grade. Would they play Wednesday night? Did he play this week?
He should play Wednesday. Yeah, we played there. Yeah, this team looks pretty good, man. They won their first game. So yeah, we'll see. It'll be a test. Middle school football is definitely like a step up where you ride the bus to the games, and all of a sudden you feel like a high school kid. So it's pretty special for them.
Did he have a bottle of Crown Royal that he got before the game?
No, I brought 2 on the sidelines and was pouring them in there. All the parents' mouths. You know, if we scored a touchdown or we made a big like a TFL, I was just giving free shots to everybody. The schools really like that when you bring open containers of alcohol and drink them on their on the facilities.
Would they rather you get drunk on the facility or just show up that way?
Oh man, you'd have to ask a superintendent or an AD somewhere, right? I guess maybe you show up very drunk and you have open containers with you and you consume it. That's really double trouble there. They'll get you.
Well, do you feel less guilty about that now since you're not coaching anymore like him? You're just on the side, like in the stands?
Yeah, it's anytime, whether you're either coaching like little kids or you're watching, it's tough just because you can't do anything. Like I'm sure everyone knows that. When you have no control over what's going on, it is kind of tough, and you always want you're always rooting for the kids. The cool thing is too, Bob, you have the same thing. Like we know, like his whole team, like I know so many of the kids and I've watched them all grow up. So it's awesome to watch them like grow up and all get better. And they're like becoming dudes.
No one's better at watching kids than you, Age. Like you said, your one screen name was Little Kid Lover.
That's false. You know that. Bob, my AOL screen name was Rock Solid 1 for like 15 years from when I was however old until I got rid of that AOL account. Or actually, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I never deactivated it.
AJ, the last part of this article on the Texas game, Carpenter broke his ankle in the first snap of the Michigan game. They talk about that, but he finally found the occasion.
How does that apply to the
wait.
Okay.
But he finally found the occasion to open the Crown Royal bottle he'd lugged around all season. In the corner of the visitors' locker room, Carpenter poured Gatorade Cup shots for his fellow senior linebackers and Ohio State honorary captain Eddie George, the 1995 Heisman winner. And I'm curious, out of all of the guys on your team, was Bobby going to be the one most likely to pour Gatorade Cup shots of liquor in the locker room after a win?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's the reason. It was awesome. It was a great, obviously we went there and we win at the end of that game, and it was huge for us. And then Bob pops up right there, and after felt terrible about his leg and ankle situation, and it just really put a nice capper on the day, on the night. And having Eddie there, of course, I'll remember that forever, man. Like Eddie, how intense he was pregame, during the game, and then watching how happy and smile. I can still see Eddie's face in the locker room when we were doing it. I don't know. I'm sure Bobby's the same way. I'm like, this is Eddie George.
Oh, yeah.
We're sitting here having a shot in the locker room after a big win with Eddie George. This is what they tell you about. This is what dreams are.
Well, remember, Age, he was over on the side and we're pouring him out, and he was kind of looking down there. I'm like, dude, you want to get in? This isn't an invite situation. By the way, because he's 10. It was perfect. 'Cause he's 10 years older than us. So growing up, that was the dude. And you're that was probably the best part of the whole moment. Is that he's included in that story, not as a teammate, but as the honorary captain. But you felt like he was our running back that day.
For sure. It's like having, and also it was like having Michael Jordan come join you and take a shot with you. That's what it was like, especially, like anyone that's played a sport or football, especially at any level. That's the best, the best part about football is those 5, 10, 15 minutes after a big win in the locker room with your coaches and your teammates. So, yeah, when you add Eddie George and a shot of Crown Royal into that, I mean, what else? There's nothing better, really.
Also in the story, it said Jim Tressel had a bottle of wild turkey that he used that night. AJ, thanks for the time, bud. Enjoy your weekend, and we will talk again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you.
You bet. That was AJ Hawk joining us there.
I actually talked to Trotter. It was an error. He had a bottle of Boone's Farm.
Oh, okay, Boone's Farm. Sorry, I apologize. Yes, that was a misquote.
Or Alizé, I'm not sure what.
Nonetheless, there's a brown paper bag around it. I can show you a picture.
That's our lieutenant governor, by the way. You didn't know.
John, I know he's really good.
John Tressel.
I can show you a picture of Eddie George if you want me to, but that's
good.
Anyway,
I love his blonde hair.
Yes, that's it for this week, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you to all of our guests today. We had Albert Breer on, Lee Sterling, Your Highness, AJ Hawk, and it's been a great week, Juicers. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on Monday and talk some college football and get ready for Ohio State, Texas. This is Morning Juice.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unmatched reliability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little you are, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step,
Bella, let's go.
guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfot